band, Falling in Reverse, announced that they're going on a new tour in support of their album they just released called Just Like You. But this tour is going to be a little bit different. They're doing 2 sets, one of which is going to be all of Falling in Reverse's songs, probably some from the new album as well as a couple of old ones. But the second set they're going to do is they're playing an album called Dying Is Your Latest Fashion by Escape the Fate in its entirety. The lead singer, Ronnie Radke, just to give everybody who doesn't know a little background info, was the lead singer for Escape the Fate, founded the band. 2005 came. They were starting to get really big. They dropped Dying Is Your Latest Fashion 2006. Just as they were getting big, he gets arrested for battery charges, gets put on probation, breaks the probation, and gets sentenced to prison for 2 years. Does his time, comes out a changed, sober guy, makes Falling in Reverse, and becomes even bigger than Escape the Fate. There is a lot of internal beef between the two bands, which they've seemed to settle. They've gone on tour with each other. And he put out a statement saying he wants to play Dying Is Your Latest Fashion in its entirety for the fans that didn't get a chance to see them when he was in Escape the Fate. Personally, I'm super excited about this. I mean, I grew up going to Warped Tour since I was 12 years old. You know, I never got a chance to see Escape the Fate play, and they were one of my favorite bands growing up. That album meant a lot to me when I was in middle school. And I think that old and young fans alike are really going to enjoy this tour. Tickets go on sale.
That's a really good idea, and it shows that they care about their fans by making that happen. You know, and especially like you said, when you grow up listening to an artist and for whatever reason the band breaks up and you never get to see that live, it's like, especially when an album means a lot to you, especially when you connect so much with the music, you want to see them perform it together. You know what I mean? So I think that's great.
I think that Ronnie Radke is an excellent businessman. Between this and the last tour they did, they actually went on tour with Escape the Fate called the Bury the Hatchet tour. They came out and did songs with each other. I mean, this guy knows how to A, make money, and B, please the fans. So he's doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The next thing I want to talk about is this week at South by Southwest, director Brett Morgan premiered the final cut of the documentary he's doing on Kurt Cobain called Montage of Heck. And it's been hitting the film festival circuit. It's been really well received. It's supposed to be a more honest view of Kurt Cobain. I feel like a lot of stuff that's been put out about him has just focused mainly on the fact that he, you know, was this grungy, sad guy who was a heroin junkie and had a crazy relationship with Courtney Love. This looks at more of him as an artist. And what's cool is that they're going to be releasing the film for a limited theatrical run, April 10th, and it's going to be premiered on HBO May 4th. I'm personally a huge Nirvana fan. I'm very excited to see this. There's supposed to be an acoustic song that was unreleased that's supposed to be in the documentary that I'm really interested to see. I think this would be just a good chance, just not only for Kurt Cobain's fans, but I guess his family too, to see him in a more positive light for who he really was than the eccentric porn star the media wanted him to be.
I mean, you see it a lot with artists where they make these documentaries and they make the movie, and it's rarely ever about the music. Like Whitney Houston's movie, she had so many, but the issue also was they didn't get the rights to certain songs and things like that, because you just know how the director's going to play it. You know they're going to focus on the drugs, sex, bad relationships, and things like that. One of the biggest salsa artists, Hector Lavoe, his movie, which Mark Anthony and J-Lo played it was all about their relationship and all that stuff and how he was late, and not really the music, you know. And sometimes as fans, it's good to see the life they live, but we more so want to hear about the music because that's why we like them in the first place. So that's awesome that they're definitely going to paint him in a different light, and I'm sure the family would be happier about that.
I think it's great. I feel like the media, when it comes to eccentric rock stars or any sort of cultural icon, they like to paint them as this eccentric caricature of, you know, just drugs, sex, like you said. And that's not who they were. That's not who their families knew them as. And even watching the Oliver Stone film about the Doors, you know, focusing on Jim Morrison, I'm a huge Doors fan as well. It really didn't show the artistic side of him. It just showed him being a drunken clown. And I was disappointed by that, you know?
Yeah, that's unfortunately some of the stuff. Like their drugs, sex, and then you wonder. I mean, because these movies and documentaries do end up having a huge turnout, so you wonder, is that what people want to see? Is that why they keep doing that? Because that's when people show up. So it's difficult. Like the Aaliyah movie also, which Lifetime made, which was, I'm like it was just a bad movie as a whole.
Watching it, but I heard it wasn't that great.
Yeah. I mean, not on the actors, like not because the actors did a bad job, just because it was just not what, as a fan, as an Aaliyah fan, not what you wanted to see. The same thing. It's like you're gonna go talk about her parents dating and her dating R. Kelly and all that stuff. It's not really what we want to see. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting, but that's a good thing for Kurt Cobain.
Right. Very excited about that.
Yes. So do we have any mystery questions?